Hello, people. Hello, YouTube. Hello, whoever's watching this. I want to thank you for checking it out. This is how to get started in developing with Teemo Shroom, a node framework for uh, Riot's API. And, it pulls up things for League of Legends, like summoner information, matches, current matches going on that you could spectate, and all of that good information. So let's go ahead and dive into the code. So the first thing that we need to do is install Teemo Shroom, and that's with npm install -- save because you want to save it because you're going to be using it in your node project. And it's just Teemo Shroom. And I was looking for a Riot. I'm going to come back here. I was looking for a Riot API that I could use in Node, and I didn't find one that was more than 2 years out of, or that the latest has been updated was 2 years ago, and in some as far as 4 years ago. And so I just wanted to create a framework that was relevant to today. And so yeah, back to the code. So this is how you would include Teemo Shroom in your project. And so whatever request you're going to use to get data from Riot's API, it's going to end with the teemo.send request, and you need to pass in a region and an endpoint. And so let's go ahead and focus on the regions here. And so I'm going to, just for the giggles, I'm going to clear this out and show you the endpoints, and you can, or the regions, and you can do that with teemo.getRegions, and it returns an object with named values and the object keys, and that's what you're going to pass in, right? So I'll show you that. Like this is what you would pass in, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So this is Brazil, EU, EU West, and the list goes on. And what that returns is the endpoint and the name. So I kind of made this so that if you wanted to use it to include in a dropdown when someone like looking up a summoner, and they have to specify what region they're part of. And so the region that you want to pass in is just a string, and in our example we'll be passing in an A, right? And the second part to every Teemo Shroom request is an endpoint, and you get the endpoint is a result from a module, and so you can get those by get modules, and it has again, it returns an object of named objects. And so like there's a champion module, and you can get a single champion or you can get a whole list of champions. So if you want the whole list for the list of champions for a given region, you would just not pass in anything. But if you wanted, like, let's say to look up Shaco, which is 50 or 35, his champion ID is 35, so you just pass in champion. I'll show you. So you would just pass in champion or 35 to this module, and there's other modules here like league, and this is like queues for high tier, master, and challenger. And so you have other functions here like get queues and get ranks, and this returns the queues and the ranks that you can look up, and the queues would be like solo, flex, and twisted, and then that's solo for solo queue ranked, flex ranked, and twisted for twisted treeline ranked. And the queues are the ranks are master and challenger, and this is all available. All this information is available from Teemo, our Bitbucket page here, and it's all on the README. But this video just kind of gives you a high overview. So we're going to be looking at summoner and match here in a little bit. So how do you get an endpoint? So you would have a const of endpoint equals Teemo.modules, and we'll just take this summoner module here and summoner.module by summoner name and Darth Vader XD, and we'll log this out. So that returns an object with a result and a message. So if results is false, that means that an error has happened. And what you want to do is, how to figure out what the error that happened is result.message. Oh, I'm sorry. All boosted here in my coding. It's like the 4th time I've done this video. I keep making mistakes. Alright. And then so this endpoint is what you want to pass in here to the send request. And this is a promise. So you could do this one of two. Oh, lost my connection here. Okay. So you could do a .then result. And you'll see here is the result of the send request to Riot's API, and that is indeed my summoner profile, or my summoner information. That has my profile icon, my account ID, the summoner ID, the summoner level, all that good stuff. Only 54, but I have a bunch of accounts, if that helps. So anyways, like this profile icon, this is the Dragon CDN, and this is the profile icon 905. And so that little hint there if you are trying to do something. So back to the basics here. Every send request and every return from a Teemo modules, that module, is going to be a result or a message. If result is false, that means an error happened, and then the message will be populated with text. If the result is an object, that means that it worked as expected, and the message will be empty. So, so everything you do with the Teemo modules dot blah 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 dot module, well, 90% of them will return a result and a message to let you know what's happening. If there's an error or not, and it's pretty descriptive. There's a few use cases. The get modules and get regions, they will just return objects. I think those are the only two. So more basics here. We've already went over this, so we can kind of comment this out. So working with the champion module here. Oops. If we wanted to get a bunch of champions, here's my list of champions. And that the endpoint there is Teemo.modules.champion.module. And then if we wanted to use the same one to get a single champion, you would do a Teemo.modules.champion.module and pass it a number, and 35 just happens to be for Shaco. It's just one I picked at random. I'm not really a Shaco fan. You know, and that information is, okay, is Shaco currently active? Is he bot enabled? Is he free to play? And I don't know exactly what this is. And then is he available in ranked play, which he is. And it used to be that you'd come to this, you would use the endpoint of static data, and you would be able to get champion information from there. But they are now using Data Dragon, and you can actually download that from here, or you can go here and get the information. And so I've already opened that. And so in here, US, and in the champion, oops. So now let's find a key and 53. Or maybe it's Blitzcrank. I don't know, man. Because if you... Oh, 35. Jesus. So, yeah. I will show you that I was originally right. And that's Shaco. And I'll leave it to you to kind of go through that, but I just wanted to get you in the right direction with interfacing with it. And so, yeah. The other thing that you can do with this is you can use SyncAwait, right? And you know, that kind of makes things a little cleaner. We could do like champions, but the issue here is we're using SyncAwait, so that needs to be done in a function, and so I'll just return the result, but you kind of get the idea basically here. Let me save it, and it would, you know, there's the list, and then here's Shaco again. And so here is an example of, you know, what you would need to do to get like a matches for a summoner, or a match, or a single match for a summoner. So in this example, here's, you know, getting our summoner, and we're using a SyncAwait here. No messy promise code. You look it up. You know, we've already done this. Got our endpoint, got our results, and now we want to get matches for a summoner. So first off, we have to get a summoner, and then and then what we need to do is use the match module by account ID, and using the summoner's account ID, we get the endpoint, and then we'd use a get request or send request, or for a single match, we pass in the match ID, and then you could have a timeline or not have a timeline. And I'll kind of show you here. We've already done the summoner, so I'll show you the matches here. So I'm looking up the matches for my account, and right now there's a hard limit of 100. It only show 100 of the latest matches. I don't have paging enabled. It's something I plan to work on. If someone has a pull request and ends up doing it, that'd be cool too. If not, I will get to it hopefully soon. And so you can see here, not a whole lot here. Tells you what region it happened in, the game ID, which is the match ID. I don't know why they have both. What champion I played. So this for fun, I played champion 17. Who did I play? I played Teemo. Neat. So now we're going to go ahead and just look up a single match, my latest match. Oops. I did something wrong. Oh, I need my matches. I boosted today. And so this is an example with the timeline, and this tells you pretty much what happened in the game and what events happened at those times in the game. And without it, you get something like this. And so here's the participant identities. Here's the players that were involved. And so, like, I'm just curious. Identities. Okay. And so this has the summoner name with it. Let's go ahead and find my name. And so this is my account information, and I was player 3. So now if we take this away, let's see. I play champion 63, and just for giggles again. Yep, my most played champ right here, Brand. Well, my favorite champ at the moment, anyways. So, basically, that kind of tells you how to kind of get around Teemo Shroom. And if you have any questions, I want you to feel free to, post it on this video. You can email me at richard@nailfactor.com, and I'll do my best to answer it. You can stop by the Twitch stream, which is twitch.tv/nailfactor, or you can ask the question here in the YouTube video. I really appreciate you checking out this video, and I hope that you get some use out of Teemo Shroom. I thank you for stopping by, and hope you have a good time with it, and happy coding.